Hey guys, welcome to Make Money Count.
I've always been supportive of variable rate mortgages. And especially now as we are coming into a period of what looks like lower interest rates from the Bank of Canada because of a poorly performing Canadian economy with some systemic issues that are going to take time, I'd advocate it for most of our customers because it gives the flexibility to jump out of the product, and it'll be kind of fun to have a variable rate mortgage right now as rates drop and you get a notification that your payment is coming down or you're paying more towards your principal. Like these would be kind of a bit of a silver lining in an otherwise pretty difficult time.
You'll definitely feel better about it now than you did a couple of years ago when it was going up.
Yeah. I think that the bigger problem now is qualifying people. So I think that like during this last period, rates were so high, our business was centered around getting people like any solution, like, you know, a second mortgage, a B mortgage, self-employed borrowers trying to figure out how they could borrow money cheaper. Now the problem is affordability, but qualification.
Right.
And as underwriting guidelines continue to tighten into this market, consumers need more help. And if they're going directly to their bank for that help, again, it's not the place you go for help.
I mean, I've said it a million times and I'll say it a million times again.
A million?
Probably close to that anyways. But like, you know, I always get the question, the biggest question sometimes people ask, especially if they've never spoken to a broker before, is like, why should I use a broker? Why should I use you? What makes you different, right? And like, the thing is banks, you know, mortgage finance companies, monoline lenders, trust companies, all these people, all these different lenders have all these different ways to look at mortgages, right? And when you're talking about qualifying, you know, if you go to your bank and they tell you that you don't qualify, well, it's just you've tried to fit yourself into one tiny little box. It's like that game where like there's all those different shapes and you have to put them all in before it explodes and shoots everywhere, right? I don't know what it's called, but
I don't know either. I think
but that's what we do, right? That's our job. And so, you know, where you might not qualify somewhere, you know, there might be tons of other options that you're not looking into because your bank is a little tighter because, you know, they were lower for longer and now their interest rates are high, whatever the case may be is, right? So
I think for sure we're entering into a period now where the consumer is going to need more help and the banks are inherently, I mean, I want to say at a disadvantage to helping people, but the banks are built to help themselves. Canadians always will go to their bank first, it seems like whatever. We got like 30%,
most of them,
25 to 30% of Canadians will use a mortgage broker. When you go to your bank and you hear something that you don't like, sorry, you know, we can't give you any more money on your mortgage. We can just give it to you on a line of credit, or yeah, we can't give you any better on the rate because we're having a hard time qualifying you, or no, I'm sorry, we can't approve you, or, you know, your ratios don't work. Don't take that as fact, right? Speak to a good mortgage broker. Doesn't have to be us again, but we're entering into a time period where the consumer needs an advocate. The borrower needs an advocate, and they're not going to find that advocacy at the bank. The bank is advocating for themselves and how they can make the most money, right? We know that. Consumer needs to know that. The consumer needs to respond to that by trying to seek out more information. Thank you very much. This was a lot of fun. It was great to have you.
it was nice.
It's so much nicer when I have somebody to like chat with instead of sitting here droning on in front of the microphone the whole time. So we'll be back next week with one. Thank you. In the meantime, if you see this on YouTube, please hit subscribe to our channel. Please like the video and please leave us some comments because the comments that you leave us help give us ideas for our next shows.
Yeah, questions, all that stuff.
Thank you very much for joining us on another episode of Make Money Count.